Good morning, everyone. In today's class, we are going to see the classification about various sorting algorithms. A sorting algorithm is generally used to rearrange the given array. It can be either 1D array or 2D array, whatever is the array given to you, which contains so many elements. You are going to rearrange all the elements either in the ascending order or otherwise in the descending order. And this, while you are doing the arrangement, you are going to compare the elements based upon the ASCII value. Okay, so this is done generally in the sorting algorithm. And why we need to go for sorting algorithm is, let us consider the case of our college. There are so many students in our college, and while we are maintaining the attendance register, your names are sorted in your USN. If we don't sort anything according to USN, when we want to get any detail, it will be very difficult for us to search everything. So for that only, generally we go for sorting. When you sort the data, it will be easy to find the item when you want to search for something from the database. And there are so many sorting algorithms existing, and all the sorting algorithms are classified into different types. So first, in today's class, we are going to see the general classification of sorting algorithms, and then we are going to focus on one sorting algorithm known as insertion sort. So what is the classification of sorting algorithm is? You can classify them into stable, unstable sorting, then in-place, out-place sorting, then internal and external sorting. These are the basic classification. If you refer the internet, so many classifications are given, but these are the most widely used classification of sorting algorithms. So let us see what is the difference between these final year. Okay, so what is stable, unstable sorting algorithm is? If a sorting algorithm is stable, then it has to follow a rule. The rule is it does not change the order of the elements with the same value. Okay, so consider here, if you have elements with the same value, the order of the elements should not change during the sorting. If the algorithm follows this rule, then we will say that the algorithm is stable algorithm. On the other hand, if you consider the unstable sorting algorithm, the order of the elements with the same value will be changed. You cannot give any guarantee that they will appear in the same order during the sorting. Your input will have some order, but after the sorting or during the sorting, the order will be changed. That is called as unstable sorting algorithm. Now let us consider one example to understand this. You can consider this input 4413. I have here 4 elements in the array. 2 elements are having the same value. That is nothing but the first 2 elements, 4 and 4. Okay. Now, suppose while I am continuing the algorithm, here first I will search for the minimum element in the array. Okay. Here the minimum element is nothing but 1. Okay. So this one, you please try to follow the cursor movement. This one, I am going to swap with the first 4. Okay, because 1 is the minimum element that should go to the first position. So I will take this one and swap with the first 4. Now you change the, now what will happen to this 4 is it will come to the position of 1. Okay, now you have to compare the relative position of the two 4s. Okay, so first this 4 is appearing as the first 4, but after the sorting is over, this will come to this particular position. So it is appearing as a second 4, not the first 4. Okay, there are two 4s. The order of the elements is changed after the sorting is over. Okay, even though they are same value, we never mind about it because they are same value, but their position is changed when the sorting is done. If your algorithm is following this type of ordering, that is called as unstable sorting algorithm. Okay, so stable is fine, but unstable is going to change the order of the elements with the same value during the sorting. And then the next classification of sorting is in-place and out-place sorting. So what is in-place sorting algorithm is, while you are performing the sorting, you will use some temporary variables for storing the answer. Okay, and if you go for in-place sorting, it will use always constant extra space for producing the output. It will use extra space, but that extra space is constant. It does not depend upon your input size. Maybe my input array will have 10 elements or 100 elements or 1000 elements. Irrespective of number of elements in the input array, if you use only constant extra space for producing the output, that type of sorting algorithm is called as in-place sorting algorithm. Okay, and If you consider the other thing, that is outplace sorting algorithm, this will require extra array, okay, extra array for producing the output. And this array size is not constant. It will vary according to the size of your input. Okay, so if it is in place sorting, irrespective of your input size, always you need only constant extra space. Definitely you need extra space, but that extra space does not depend upon your input size. Okay, whereas in case of outplace sorting, whatever extra space you are providing to the algorithm, that depends upon your input size. When your input is more, your extra space is also more. If your algorithm follows this property, then we will say that it is outplace sorting algorithm. After I finish the algorithm, you will be able to classify which algorithm comes under which category. So that I'm not going to display anything now. Once we finish the algorithm, you will be able to do by yourself. Then the third category is known as internal and external sorting. So what is the meaning of internal sorting is, while you are doing the sorting process, your data may be very large. You all know that in our computer, the primary memory is very limited. When you want to run your program must be in the primary memory. Then only you can run. Similarly, the data must also be in the primary memory. Okay. So if your sorting is internal sorting, whatever data you need, if all the data is available in the main memory at the same time, that is called as internal sorting algorithm. Okay. So I want to sort 100 numbers. All the 100 numbers are available in the primary memory at the same time. If it is the case, I will call the algorithm as internal sorting algorithm. And the other category is external sorting. External sorting is nothing but your data. If your data is very large, imagine that primary memory can hold only 10,000 records, but you have 50,000 records in your hand. So when you want to do the sorting, you cannot bring all of them into the primary memory because there is no space available. So what you can bring, only a portion of the data you can bring to the primary memory. The remaining portion you will keep either in the secondary memory, that is either in the hard disk or otherwise CD or some other secondary storage, you will keep it. Okay. If your algorithm follows this type of property, it is called as external sorting. Okay. So internal sorting is nothing but the entire data is available in the primary memory when I am doing the sorting. Whereas in case of external sorting, when the data is very large, you cannot bring all the data into the primary memory when you are performing the algorithm. So you will keep only some amount of data in the primary memory and remaining will be in the secondary memory. So this type of algorithm is called as external sorting algorithm. So what is online sorting algorithm is, when I am doing the sorting, for example, let us consider the Zoom class. When I am starting the class, while I'm delivering the lecture, some students are joining. Okay, so immediately I am admitting them. That is called as online. So online means while you are sorting the data, if new data comes, then you will consider that data also, then you will proceed the sorting. That is online. Offline means when I start the class, whoever is there, I will admit them. After I start the class, if any student join, I will not admit the student. If I do like that, that is called as offline sorting. That means when you start your sorting algorithm, if you have 50 data, you will start with that, you will sort it. If any new data comes, you will not consider it. If you do like that, that type of algorithm is called as offline sorting algorithm. Okay, so this is the classification of